Hey everybody, Matt here again from FilterGrade. If you're a Blackmagic user like me, you might be wondering what's the most versatile lens or what lenses do I need in my kit. A lot of people don't have the money for buying a whole different set of lenses. So for me, when I was looking into getting the camera, the first lens that I got was the 18 to 35 millimeter lens from Sigma. I shoot mainly documentaries and interviews and footage similar to that, mainly of people in their environment, mainly musicians and artists and other people like that. So sometimes the spaces aren't that big, so I needed something with a little bit of a wider angle. And a lot of the times I'm shooting handheld, so I needed to think about it being lightweight, and I needed to think about how I can still be getting these wide shots while also being able to just walk up forward and get a bit of a tighter detail shot maybe. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about what makes this the most versatile lens for me and why you should try it out this year. All right, so first things first, I wanted to talk a little bit about the focal range and what makes it so ideal for the Blackmagic. For me, it's super nice because if I'm in a small room like a recording studio or a painting studio and I don't have a lot of space to back up, I can still get a wide enough shot that kind of shows the environment for what it is, but I'm also able to zoom in and get up close and then, you know, capture these like intimate little details that can kind of bring the whole overall video to life. So it's really nice because I can do that in a fast-paced scenario or a fast-paced environment without having to constantly be switching through lenses, which I really enjoy. Another great thing about this lens is that you're able to get this like cinematic wide angle look, but because it's 18 millimeters and not anything lower than that, you're not getting this like distorted fisheye kind of blurred edges look. So I really enjoy that as well because I'm able to get the wide shots that I want to be getting, but it's not like with that barrel effect on the outsides. That's good for certain instances, you know, for music videos, for skateboarding videos and things of that nature. Sometimes like action sports are really good for that, or even concerts. But for me, especially when I'm shooting documentaries or landscapes or environments, I just want a nice flat image. So it's really nice that it doesn't have this like blurred, distorted effect. I'm also able to kind of come in closer and still get intimate, like crisp shots with 35 millimeter. Another big advantage that I wanted to go over for this lens specifically was just overall image quality and the sharpness of it. That's something that, you know, as a cinematographer, you're really always looking for. Because this lens goes all the way down to 1.8, you're able to really let a lot of light into the lens. So it's also actually really good for, you know, low light film. And even when you punch in, like when you're shooting at 35 millimeters, and if you're really up close to your subject or whatever it is that you're shooting, you're not losing any of the quality at all. You're getting all these really fine details with crispy edges and things like that. Something else to think about too is cropping. A lot of the times I'm exporting my footage in HD format, so 1920 by 1080p, but I'm shooting in either 4K or 6K. So a lot of the times I'm using like the zoomed in shot or a cropped shot in post-production. And I'm thinking about this a lot, which that's another reason what makes this so versatile is like, if I'm shooting detail shots with just 35 millimeters using this lens, and then I'm cropping in post, I can get somewhere maybe around like a 70 millimeter focal length or somewhere around there, just by kind of manipulating it both within the lens and with post-production. Also because of the way that I'm, you know, exporting my files and whatnot. But it's super beneficial that I can still get these super sharp details even if I'm cropping. One of the big challenges with lenses that are in this focal range specifically is that a lot of the time you're getting this kind of distorted and unnatural look. Mainly when you get closer to the 18 millimeter side, a lot of the lenses will start doing that, and it makes sense because you're just trying to get as much in the frame as possible. But I love this lens for the fact that you don't get any of that. Everything looks very natural, and I love it especially for, you know, interviews specifically. You get a very natural, similar to like what your actual eye would be seeing. You're getting a natural look. You're not making anybody look different than they actually physically are. So that's a huge perk of this lens that really stood out to me, especially after I started using it a lot. So the next thing that I really enjoy about this lens, especially for shooting documentaries and things in fast-paced environments, is the fact that it's lightweight and pretty compact. It's not too big, so you're able to get a lot for, you know, the size of it. But basically for me, I'm shooting a lot of the time handheld, and if I'm shooting documentaries, it's probably for a long period of time. So I don't want something that's super heavy, that's super bulky. I already have my camera, you know, in a cage. I'll probably have a microphone, and I have my big V-mount battery on the back. So overall, it really starts to add up and get heavy. So this has always been super beneficial about the fact that I can squeeze it in my bag relatively easily, or when I have it on the lens or on the camera, it's actually not too heavy, so I'm not like dying by the end of the day, you know. And it also is a good balancing weight, in my opinion, for the V-mount battery that I have on the back. So everything is kind of like lined up, and it's not, you know, top heavy or back heavy or whatnot. One of the last things that I want to talk about for this lens is how it's able to handle low light situations really well. A lot of the times, whether it's outside at night or indoors just with really low lighting, especially if I'm like in a music recording studio or if I'm in a concert setting, it's really able to handle that low light well without being too grainy. I have found ways that if I really bump the ISO up and add a few filters and things like that, then when I shoot at nighttime, I can make it super grainy and have this like film type of look, which I also enjoy. But overall, especially if I'm not using any, even if I'm not using any filters or anything like that, it really does well at nighttime shots and just in low light, so that it's still, you're still getting all the details that you need to, but it's not like distorting anything or making it look fuzzy. Sometimes that's happened to me with other lenses in the past. So it's really nice that you're still able to get these like super nice shots, even in low light settings. All right, and that's pretty much it. That's what makes this lens so versatile and what makes me enjoy it so much. From the wide angle versatility all the way down to it being able to handle low light situations really well. It's lightweight and compact. Features, yeah, I mean, all in all, it's just a really great lens, and I've been able to shoot with it for the past 4 years really well in all different types of scenarios, and I've never really had a problem or an issue with it. So I highly recommend it. If you're interested in looking up this lens, I have it linked down in the description so you can check out more details or anything like that and buy it if you want to. But yeah, if you have any other questions or comments or anything like that, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Make sure to leave this a like if you're still watching, say what's up, and give us a subscribe. But other than that, thanks for watching. Peace out. Have a good day.